welcome to Tom's Hong Kong Haul. I just got back from Hong Kong Disneyland at the start of their 20th anniversary celebration called the most magical party of all. And I will say this, and someone said this to me in Hong Kong, and I think I agree with it. I often go on and on about the merchandise in Tokyo, and when Tokyo releases something cool, it is the coolest thing you've ever seen. But Hong Kong always has good merchandise. It might actually be my favorite Disney park in the world to shop in, if I'm being totally honest. So we're going to unpack everything I just bought in Tom's Hong Kong haul. Let's do it. We're going to start with, for the 20th anniversary, they have a new parade. It's called the Friendtastic Parade. I'll shift these guys back maybe for a moment. We'll talk about them eventually. This isn't even a bag you get in Hong Kong. I just need that for later to help keep things separated. So for the Friendtastic Parade, they made miniature parade floats, little collectible statues. So here's the first one. It's the lead float. There we go. It's the lead float with Mickey, Minnie, and Donald. These I'm not going to pop open, mostly for time. But it's the opening float. It's Mickey, Minnie, and Donald. And I'll read you the Hong Kong prices. I'm not doing conversions for all of you. 319 Hong Kong dollars. But it's a large plastic version of the parade float. They did two more in this size. So Katie, you want to just stay on that camera, that's fine. I'll show two more here. The next two are going to be, we have the Duffy and Friends float, which in this case, again, it doesn't actually feature all of the characters that are on the real float. So this neither did the first one over here. It only has Mickey, Minnie, and Donald, but like Goofy and Daisy are on there in real life also. This one, in real life, this float has all 7 characters, all 7 of the Duffy and Friends. But here, just Lena Bell and Duffy. Lena Bell, obviously, the most popular today of the whole bunch. But Duffy, because it's his world, we just live in it, had to be on here as well. And last but not least, we have the Princess unit, which in this case, they've omitted everyone except Anna and Elsa in their Frozen 2 costumes. I'm trying to remember if is that even the costumes they're in on that float? I don't remember. You can refresh your memory. We have 2 recordings of the Friendtastic Parade here on the channel. The second one's much better. The media section viewing was not great. But I went on a nice sunny day after that and we got it and you could watch that. So please go do that. But that's cool with the castle on the back there. Now, beyond, I'm going to start putting these on the ground. We're going to need room. So beyond these larger ones, I also have this box. I don't think they were supposed to sell me the full box. I don't know the story, but there was a limit of 5 items of any given item per person. This holds 8. So the other floats in the parade, there's 11 units. 8 of them are in this mystery box collection. But they sold me the whole box of so there should be 1 full set in here. We're going to do something I usually never do here, and that's open something. So there's our 8 boxes. There they are. Do I dare open these? I'm thinking about it. Oh, the boxes are not going to survive well, are they? They're very, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, well, I did a decent job opening this nicely. Also, I opened it from the bottom. Oh, good, there's nothing to unwrap inside. That's good. That'll save us some time. Oh, these are cool. So there is, actually, I think maybe the zoom, the super zoom maybe for these. They're pretty small. We got Baymax. Of course, Hero would be up here, but here's a little Baymax model of the float. There are some details missing. There's that weird little cat eating ramen that's on the float. That's not here either. So they're not full detail. And I will say, I think that would be the Tokyo Disney difference is they'd be this size, but they'd be that detailed. So maybe not quite at that level, but still pretty cool. All right, now that we've done one of these with some speed, I think we can mow through the rest of these somewhat easy. All right, number 2, let's see what we got. It's up. We got Carl and Russell in an airship. I'm not going to call it the Spirit of Adventure because the Spirit of Adventure was a hot air balloon, or was a blimp. Sorry, not a hot air balloon. It was a blimp, and can't be a blimp. But Doug is up there up top with the balloons. But see, again, we're missing some characters. There's the villain dogs are in the back on the real float. Does this spin? And the propeller doesn't spin either. Very cute, though. I like that they faced all the characters, I think, to one side so you can display your whole parade to one side. It'll look good. Maybe I'll actually put these out. Maybe I'll put these on a shelf in my office or something. I always say that, and then it's like, well, I have a lot of things, and maybe that's not the thing I want the most in my office. And there'll be a long discussion in my mind about where these will go. But someday I'm sure they'll go in our museum in the front when feels time appropriate. Let's pop open a third one. Number 3, Encanto. All right, this is weird. So Isabella's swing. Isabella's swing is on the front, but she's not there. She's missing. Mirabelle's up top, and then we have the Encanto, and no Bruno on the back either. And what's the strong sister's name?
Louisa.
Louisa's not there in the middle either. Number 4. Oh, Zootopia. Cool. Nick and Judy are on the front. Actually got the train coming out of the front there. We have all the screens on the, I don't know, is that Sahara Square where the screens are? I forget. And then the big donuts on the back. We're missing several characters, again, that would be on the real float. But I know I'm nitpicking, but I'm used to Japan merchandise. I'm used to there being every little single detail from the thing present. These are still very cool. These, by the way, were 159 Hong Kong dollars each. Typically, you'd buy just this box and take your chances. I'm getting too old for that. And if you watch, so I'm releasing a vlog series of my entire trip to Hong Kong. By the time you're watching this, they might all be out. If not, almost all of them are out. If you watch that series, you're going to see how bad I did with all the other mystery stuff that I bought that trip, and you'll understand why this was a godsend, because I had a real bad experience with all the other mystery stuff I bought the entire week. I did poorly, I would say. Our next one, Toy Story. So we've got Buzz and Woody and the alien and the big one, Rocket, strapped to Buzz here. I think on the real float there's a couple of more little green men, but RC is very, very cute here. Adorable. It doesn't actually wheel, it's just a statue, so they didn't give the wheels the ability to roll. Number 6, Monsters Incorporated. So this time Boo. Boo didn't make it. There's no Boo. Did Randall didn't make it either. Randall's hiding in these little windows in the parade. No, he didn't make it. But little Mikey did. There's little Mikey on the back, the bear. Well, I guess he's not really a bear, but it's like a monster teddy bear, if you will. When I read you 159 Hong Kong dollars, it's important to realize that's not that much money. It's not nearly 159 US dollars. Their currency runs very different from ours. That being said, I know obviously we have many viewers from around the world, so that comment may not mean anything to you. But this will be number 7. Yeah, 7. It's Mei Mei. It's Mei in panda form from Turning Red. This one's actually pretty cool because her, like, the stuff she's pinned to her bulletin board or the little push pins are actually dimensional, and so are the items on the bottom. Then you have the friendship bracelet above her. This one almost doesn't have much omitted except a couple things from around the base, but this might be the one that's closest to the real float, if I'm being honest. This is a cool idea, though. I wish, like, for Disney Starlight coming up, it'd be very cool to have miniatures of all the floats. I would love that. U.S. Disney Parks, please take note. I think people would really like these. We've suddenly seen a big uptick in mystery figurines at the U.S. parks. There was that set they released at Disney Ever After a couple months ago, which is actually recycled from Shanghai Disney. People really went crazy for those. And then, of course, the mystery garbage cans just came out of Walt Disney World. More on mystery garbage cans in just a few moments. So I think the U.S. audience is ready for this. I think Disney could start rolling these kind of things out, and people would love it. I mean, my wallet won't love it because I'll get hooked because I love mystery garbage. This is our last one, right? This is 8. All we have left is Inside Out. Gonna be Joy and Sadness. There they are. This is nice. All of these memory orbs are dimensional, so they're not stickers. The control board is sticker, but it's nice that this is all, this is all 3-dimensional on the base. It's very cute. So there's the whole collection. The only mystery collection of the entire trip that I actually, it's not true. One pin set I did finish, but not all of them. It's an interesting idea to do a mystery set of 8 of the parade floats and then sell the other 3 in a larger form. So they don't, in art style, they all match, but in scale, they will not. So either way, I think it's cool. You can buy the whole collection. I think that's pretty neat. I'm going to share something. Usually I wouldn't share this, but this is the media gift we got for attending the grand opening celebration. It's in this very nice box. I'll show you the box here. I love it. I love the color scheme. I love everything about the motif of the most magical party of all. The camera 2. There it is. So there's the box. It's got a shiny element to it. And if we pop this open, there are tiny ear hats. This is a thing, these tiny ear hats. They sell character ones. You're going to see one. I did buy one other one I'll show you. But these look like the ones that the cast members are wearing, and they sit on top of the name tag, which is adorable. But I got one that has the 20th logo on it. This one has it in the ear, but it also has like a bow on top right there. Very, very cute. It's a nice box, too. The Castle of Magical Dreams on it. But that was our media event gift. The rest of this I paid for because I'm a lunatic. Or as Eric calls it, we're reverse grifters. Here's Gelatoni. Here he is. Let's put him in the medium shot here. So at the end of the media event, they did allow us to go shopping in the store. And a lot of it had been picked over by then. And Gelatoni's my favorite Duffy friend. He was still there. Just this one. Every other character and the full stock had been taken. But when I went in the store, he was the only one sitting there. And I was like, this is a sign to get him. And I was like, I also felt bad. He was alone on the shelf. All his friends and family had been taken away. And so I got Gelatoni in his Hong Kong 20th anniversary costume. He's adorable. What a polite gentleman he is. Speaking of plush, I'm just going to push these into this shot, Katie. These are the shoulder plush of the characters in their anniversary costumes. They are shoulder plush. They have under the tag, in the tag there, they have the piece that lets them sit on your shoulder. We got Mickey, we have Minnie, there's Donald, We also have Chip, and we have Dale. There they all are. These were, I do want to give you guys prices. $139 each. Gelatoni was, I'm sure he was expensive because they always overcharge for the Duffy and Friends stuff. He was 299 Hong Kong dollars. They always overcharge for Duffy. Also, I'm sipping out of my tumbler. This was available at popcorn stand or outdoor vending, I would say, popcorn stands and kiosks. I think that this is the sipper. I'm going to show you. The straw topper is a Mickey, so this goes up here. There you go. But it has all the characters in there. Event costume. Very pretty. And there's a spiral straw in there. Watch me drink out of my spiral straw. I'm sure you could see that. Anyway, we're going to go to that Zoom. I've got pins now. We're going to do pins. Get these out of the way. So first up, there's a series of, I think it's supposed to be all the lands. I think it's all the lands in Hong Kong Disneyland. There are 2 pin sets of each land. So we have Main Street. Main Street is the train and the Mickey floral. That's, oh, the glare. Train and the Mickey floral. I like that the backer cards are special and show the land. I think that's pretty neat. Then we have Dumbo for Fantasyland. Dumbo and Timothy. Big Grizzly Mountain, we have for Grizzly Gulch, we have Big Grizzly Mountain, the BGM, and also the bear from the sign, the Prospector Bear. That's pretty cool. Fight that glare. There we go. These, by the way, were, oh, I don't know the price. They just say blue on them. Toy Story Land, we've got probably my least favorite one in the set, Rex and Forky, because they're just straight up characters. They don't really necessarily evoke feelings of the land. We have, is it called, I think it's called Orbitron there, is that right? The spinner ride, Orbitron and Space Mountain for Tomorrowland. Kind of surprised they didn't get Marvel, but I'm also happy about that. We have World of Frozen with the castle and the fountain. And then we have, actually, oh, there's 2 Fantasyland, so I guess every land isn't correct. Another Fantasyland for Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. We have Pooh reaching for the honey with the balloon, and also Pooh in his nightgown. I just realized one of these sets is missing. It's somewhere deep in the bag. We'll find it eventually, not right now. There's the most important set of all is missing. It's somewhere deep in the bag. We'll get there. All right, next up I've got these 2 pins with the Hong Kong Disneyland logo with different sets of characters. So here's Mickey and the gang, the Hong Kong Disneyland logo. And then they also, of course, they got to have a Duffy and Friends version, right? That has to happen. There you have it. What else we got? I think this is another incomplete set. I got to hold on these. These might be, I think we've got all the 20th pins here, so let's do these next. These are going to be all of our open edition 20th anniversary pins. I'll do these quick. We've got Mickey. There's Mickey. We've got Minnie. It's just the characters in their costumes with the, I think it's supposed to be no, just a Mickey icon with like fireworks. I don't even know if it's fireworks so much as sparkles behind them. We have Pluto. Oh, Pluto has a balloon tied to his tail, actually. We have Dale. Chip. Yes, I buy a lot of pins. I'm a pin guy. I've been a pin guy for 25 years. All 25 years it's existed. Clarice. Goofy. Donald. Daisy. Last but not least, our very, very heavy jumbo pin. This thing is so heavy. It weighs a ton. This is all one giant pin. It looks like they're in a snow, I think it's supposed to be the Mouse Here snow globe, which I did not see as an actual item, but I do own snow globes from Disney that look like this shape. I think that's what it was an attempt at, but I never found the actual item that this represents. So maybe not, I don't know. But that's all of our, oh, they went under the blotter. All of our 20th anniversary open edition regular pins. I do have mystery pins that we gotta dump out at some point and go through. In the meantime though, I found all the Mystic Manor pins I bought. So let's check those out. They've got this fantastic logo pin with the dangle with Albert and Lord Henry Mystic, and it has the music box, which is embossed. It's in gold. It's very cool. Then there is the Albert pin. These glow in the dark, by the way. All of these glow in the dark. There's an Albert Mystic Manor logo pin. There's a Lord Henry Mystic Manor logo pin. And then there are pins of the pressed pennies that you'll find outside the attraction. Which is a pretty fun idea. It's been done before. I do own pins of pressed pennies from several different places. But it's been a hot minute since I've seen that done. There's another 20th pin I can show. This is Duffy and Friends 20th, kind of a jumbo pin. It's real big. I like that they're all embossed, they're all raised. It's pretty neat. This one does have a price. This is 149 Hong Kong dollars. Let's do the mystery pins, I guess. This is not going to be very organized. Just hear them all falling out. Here they come. Oh, I guess we got some other things I could show. Let's show this. There's a lanyard with a pouch with two Duffy pin, Duffy and Lena Bell again for the 20th with the pouch. That's 169 Hong Kong dollars. There also is this 2-pin set. I'll go back to the zoom. This 2-pin set for Friendtastic. It's Mickey and Minnie in the Friendtastic Parade costumes on a special card. That was 109 Hong Kong dollars. This was technically free. This is the Magic Access pin. So if you go with your Magic Access 3 times, you can redeem for a special pin. The design will change maybe twice a year, I forget. But right now it's this Sorcerer Mickey with the constellations. And then 10 visits, you get a full medal, not a lanyard medal, but like a full Olympic-size medal with similar art to this. I've never made it to 10. I don't know if on this pass I'm going to make it, but if I do, I'll share that with you at a later time. All right, these mystery pins, put that aside. See if I could sort this real quick. 3. All right, let's do mystery pins. So we're going to start with the Friendtastic Parade. Has a mystery set. I think I'm missing 2 of these still. If you're watching from Hong Kong or elsewhere and have the ones I need and want to trade, I do have duplicates, so keep that in mind. First ever trade via YouTube video. I don't think that's ever been done. So back here, maybe. There we go. Yeah, because there's 11 units, so there's 11 pins. You guys know this already. You saw the mystery figures, but Turning Red, Inside Out, Toy Story, Up, Big Hero 6, Zootopia, right? Yep. Encanto, Duffy and Friends, and the Princess unit at the end. The nice thing here is, looks like everybody made it on in this case. Is everybody there? Oh no, and some of them are still, like Isabella's still missing from there. Yeah, so it's not true. Some of them have more characters than are on the toys, I think. No, maybe I'm wrong. Duffy and Friends definitely does. That's why I'm getting confused. Duffy and the Princesses actually have everybody that goes on there. So I'm missing Mickey and Friends and Monsters, Inc. are the ones I'm missing. Take these away. The next batch, there is a Duffy and Friends mystery set. There are 7 in the set, as there are 7 Duffy Friends. I've got 6 out of 7. I told you I did bad, right? I didn't finish like almost any sets. So we have Cookie Ann, Olumel, There's Duffy, Lena Bell, Gelatoni, and Stella Lou. And I'm missing Shelly May. No Shelly May. This is kind of spoilers for the vlog, so you're getting to figure out what I'm missing. All right, here's all 11. We're going to do all 11 of the balloons. Here we go. We've got Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Daisy, Pluto, Goofy, Chip, Dale, Clarice, and of course you got to have Duffy and Shelly May. And that, this is like the only thing I finished. This and the parade figures, but a lot I did not. This is all 11. I don't know why they chose 11, but they chose to have 11 of these, and no more. My one complete set. We have Hong Kong Disneyland 20th Anniversary Monopoly. Someone actually gifted this to me. It was very kind of them. Not Disney. I was just gifted this. I don't know if it's probably not going to fit on this screen. At least show the people the board, maybe. I don't know. Oh, yeah, we could do this. So you can see the board, the locations, the places you could buy are actually attractions in the park. There's a big cardboard castle of magical dreams you could set up. The game pieces are standard ones from other Disney Monopoly. They're sadly not exclusive to the Hong Kong version of the game, but nonetheless, it's pretty cool that this exists there. What are they? There's Magic Lamp, Circus Tent for Dumbo, Pirate Ship, Glass Slipper, Poison Apple. Well, it looks like maybe a teacup. I can't even tell what it is. 6 custom tokens. I don't know. It's really hard to see what that one is, but someday we'll find out when we open this, I'm sure. My lovely girlfriend, Rosanna, wanted a Lena Bell shirt, and I told her I'm bad at figuring out sizes, and in foreign countries, sizes are different, and I'm not a good judge when the person isn't standing there if something will fit. So I bought her a shirt that's way too big. It's Lena Bell. It's a 20th anniversary shirt. It is giant, and I made a horrible mistake. But either way, here it is. Embroidered on the sleeve, there is a little 20 with balloons, which is very cute. But I've told her several times, I'm not good at judging. I don't know if it's too big or too small. I don't know. So that happened. All right, next round of garbage. Here we go. Here we have This box is labeled Starbucks. This is going to be our 20th anniversary tumbler. This may not be the one I've opened already. Let me open. I did buy 2 because Starbucks tumblers are usually the thing someone inevitably asks me for. Yeah, this looks like the one that I opened already. I also wanted one. I collect them also. And so this is a particularly pretty one. I really like it. There's the 20th logo on there. And the top is interesting. I've never seen this lid for the tumblers. This is a different one for me. Maybe those of you who collect from other places have seen this. But I love the balloon. The crazy balloon straw is my favorite with the 20 on it. It's a hard plastic straw. It's pretty neat. But it's a pretty color. This was, we won't know. This is actually posted on our website, so if you want to look, I gave them the price. It's not on the box, unfortunately, so I can't present it to you at this time. We've got a headband. I bought this because I thought it was the most ridiculous headband I've ever seen, and I loved it. It looks like they're fighting over the present Duffy and Shelley made. This is a 20th anniversary item, and I figured Rosanna might wear it. She said she would under the right circumstances. Those right circumstances are probably a trip to Asia. There's not a lot of good opportunity to wear them here. Although, I will say we're going back to Disneyland next week. Maybe since they're both in the 70th parade, this would be a cute thing to wear to that. So maybe that'll happen. But it's basically 2 full, what they would call, that size of plush would typically be a plush badge. It's basically 2 full plush badges on a headband. It's pretty heavy, mind you. This was 329 Hong Kong dollars. It's on the more expensive side because of that. We've got some non-20th stuff. I know shoulder plush are a thing here. No park in the world has more variety of has a greater variety of shoulder plush than Hong Kong. There are all sorts of designs I have never seen before. This is one of them, and this is labeled with a Hong Kong Disneyland tag. This is Angry Donald. You ready? So if you slam him or touch him, he has a temper tantrum. There's a battery you can replace in his back, but it's a shoulder. Angry Donald shoulder plush. I'm sure he'll do it again when I put him down. No, he actually didn't. Some other very cute ones. Figaro is one of my, I'm a cat guy, so Figaro is one of my favorite characters, and I just thought this was adorable. It's a Figaro shoulder plush. Look at that. Also, one of my favorite characters, Eeyore. There's Eeyore. Isn't he cute? This is a weird one, but a wonderful one. Here is Lucifer from Cinderella. They basically have every Winnie the Pooh character, and I didn't want Pooh or Piglet. I wanted ones that we're never going to get in America, and so that's why this one happened, and it's Owl. I had to have Owl. I just thought that was so neat that they made Owl. These are all 129 Hong Kong dollars. I think Donald might have been more. He's bigger and makes noise. Yeah, he's 169 Hong Kong dollars. This is a neat bag. This was a purchase with purchase, means you spend enough money you could buy this. I love this art, and I didn't like any of the other merchandise it was on. I was like, I should just get the bag then. It's every anniversary of Hong Kong Disneyland. I'll try to see if I get it in this shot. Yeah, so it's the grand opening, the 5th, the 10th, the 15th, and the 20th. The 20th is in full color and embroidered on a little tote bag. This was, it says 159, but I wasn't sure if maybe it was less if you bought enough. I don't remember the parameters, but I wanted to own something with this art because, you know, park anniversaries, I like park-related things. And so something that mentions the park's history is up my alley, and I was like, I want to own one thing. There was a chocolate tin set, and I liked it, but I was like, it's too big, and let's just get this. Let's just get this item. And you're probably saying, like, this guy's trying to reason what he should buy and not buy. It looks like he bought everything, yeah. Believe it or not, this is with some restraint. With some restraint. Here's another pin lanyard. It's Angel and Stitch at the Jungle Cruise. There are the pins up top. And this has got to be like the biggest lanyard pouch I've ever seen. Them riding the Jungle Cruise. Pretty ridiculous. It's a custom lanyard too. 169. I said I did buy one of these. They call them bag charms. I thought they had another name for them, these little ear hats. But I bought Gelatoni because Gelatoni's made. They have all the characters. All the Duffy and Friends and all the Fab Five and Friends are available. I bought just Gelatoni because he's my boy. No price on that. I don't remember how much those were. I got this for Rosanna. This is a passport holder. I'm going to see if I pull this down so we could show you the inside. I don't know that I've opened this, or even she's opened it. No. There's nothing really on the inside, so I didn't have to do that, it turns out. But this is a new collection that was introduced for the 20th with the Castle of Magical Dreams, but it has an icon from every land. And it's a passport holder, which is a fun thing to have. I have a Mystic Manor one that I bought several trips to Hong Kong ago that I still use all the time. And I don't plan on ever changing it because I love Mystic Manor so much. But this is a cool thing. It's weird that more parks don't sell them. I think it's weird that more parks don't sell passport holders. I think it's a missed opportunity. I think it would be a hot product. I'm not saying you have to have a bunch of them, but maybe there should at least be one for sale all the time, even if it's a little generic. Or just like this, a castle and the icons of the park. I think that works pretty well. I also bought her a ridiculous little backpack. Especially in the Asian countries, change is a thing, metal change. And so it's good to have like either a coin purse or something of the sort. Rosanna loves Lena Bell, so I got her the Lena Bell little backpack. She does have a ethical problem with this because it looks like the character was skinned, but also we rode a monorail in Tokyo where it looked like the characters were skinned, so I mean, whatever. This was 319, no, where did I see 319? 189. 189. More Lena Bell junk. Ridiculous plastic sunglasses. I've bought her Lena Bell ears, and so at this point I'm just looking for every accessory. And at some point in an Asian park, I'm going to make her wear all of these at once. Be like, we need to top the Asian guests somehow. We need to somehow dress more ridiculous. Let's do it. Wear all of your Lena Bell items, and I'll wear all of my Gelatoni items. $199. I actually have a Gelatoni tail that I bought in Hong Kong. I've never worn it, but I do own it. We have the popcorn bucket from the 20th anniversary. It is a Duffy and Friends popcorn bucket. They didn't make a regular one, so just Duffy and Friends got a bucket, not Mickey and the gang. It's one of those collapsible ones, so give me a moment here. These sometimes are a little finicky. They're not my favorite generally to, I don't use any of them to begin with, but the collapsing ones are my least favorite to use because I just always feel like it's gonna collapse on me, but. See? Well, either way, you get the idea. There's Duffy and Friends on it. They're 3D on the top. There's some very cute art on there. There's also a big plastic Duffy somewhere on here. Where is he? There he is. On the strap. Very cute. See, look, it collapsed on me there. Now I'm just trying to close it and it won't close. One thing I can understand why we have not done in America is the collapsing popcorn bucket. I understand. I get it. We're going to talk a lot about garbage cans. There's a lot of garbage can merchandise. This is relatively new. Here are magnets of 6 of the garbage cans in the park, being Fantasyland, It's a Small World, Tomorrowland, and then bottom row, Main Street, World of Frozen, and Toy Story Land. Sadly, Mystic Manor or Mystic Point, Grizzly Gulch. There's a couple more of these they can do. I hope there will be another series of these. Oh, that was $149. I also bought a giant magnet of the Friendtastic Parade for 59 Hong Kong dollars. It's a big punch-out magnet of the lead float with Mickey and the gang. Back to the garbage cans. There is a keychain of a recycling bin, a Fantasyland recycling bin. 69 Hong Kong dollars. We have another keychain. This one's interesting. It's these have been made before, and even Tokyo has had this same exact model. It's like a little Mickey camera keychain. Comes with a sorcerer hat. This was part of that like Sorcerer Mickey collection, although there's nothing really Sorcerer Mickey about this camera. And in post, we'll have to add in, the images are pretty neat. Some of them are kind of a throwback. There's the old castle, just Sleeping Beauty Castle. There's the Flights of Fantasy Parade from, was that the 5th anniversary, I think? And then the other 4 images are current, but I thought it was cool that there were some nostalgic images in this little camera. And you look through the viewfinder and you'll see those images. Another ridiculous accessory I bought Rosanna, this hair clip. Lena Bell in her 20th anniversary attire hair clip. It's like a real hair clip, which I know usually park items that doesn't happen. It has this cute bow on it. This was $139. Back into the bag we go. All right, now people are going to make fun of me. Now there's some dumb stuff. I bought children's plastic bowls of our favorite characters for us to eat out of. There's Lena Bell. There's Gelatoni. They're adorable. I also bought, my mother loves Lena Bell also, so I actually bought 2 of these, one for Rosanna and one for my mom. These were 69 Hong Kong dollars. I love them. They're just so cute. They have way more Duffy and Friends merch in Hong Kong than Tokyo does, even though that's where they were created. Don't worry, my father didn't get left out. My father likes die-cast toys. And so Hong Kong has started to make some of their bus wraps as toys. So here's Duffy and Friends. This is what the real bus looks like. And then they show you, it's in the package, you can't see, but they show you what the other side of it looks like on this side. So the other 4 Duffy and Friends are on that side. And then this one is just a Mickey and Friends on vacation. And they show you what the other side looks like. Someone's going to ask about the little orange tape. The little orange tape is a thing they are required to put on every item. I guess it's an anti-theft thing. It shows the item was paid for. So maybe there is a lot of theft there. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. Someone will gladly tell me. Here's a magnet. It's that pin I bought earlier, the Mickey or the Duffy and Friends Hong Kong Disneyland logo. It's that as a soft magnet. This was 69 Hong Kong dollars. It seemed to be a popular pricing. And then I also got Rosanna a Gelatoni scrunchie. This was $139. They just have so much more stuff than Tokyo does. Tokyo's mostly plush and costumes for plush. There's a lot more, and yeah, headbands and yeah, I suppose. But, oh, we were missing, Clarice didn't get included. There's the Clarice. So she got made and not Daisy? Is that right? Yeah, I guess so. That's kind of crazy. Daisy didn't get made, but Clarice. I guess the chipmunks are probably more popular there. And I also got, speaking of weird Winnie the Pooh characters that got shoulder plush, there's Rabbit. There he is. Tsum Tsums still exist. And so I got a Lena Bell Tsum Tsum. They still exist. They are, it has a pink tag, so I have no idea how much that is. I don't know if you guys heard, but there was some drama at Universal about to-go containers at Pizza Moon, which ended in them introducing to-go containers at Pizza Moon. Wonder what happened. My favorite thing was in Hong Kong, I'm at lunch, we're eating the $87 dessert with a couple of media friends, and they bring to the table a gift, and the gift is souvenir to-go containers. And I laughed and laughed and laughed. So they all have the Castle of Magical Dreams and some princess art on them, but it's a whole series of them, like Russian dolls almost. This was a free gift. We still don't know if we spent a certain amount to get it. Did it come with the sundae? No one's really sure because there was no signage indicating how you get these containers. It just kind of happened. But I thought, what a time, what a moment in my life to be gifted to-go containers. All right, we're gonna have to go to the Zoom for these. I talk about this in the vlog a bit, but they sell, throughout the park, there are several series of these. There's like a little container and you have 5 minutes. And in that 5 minutes, you can fill the container with as many small figurines as possible. But when 5 minutes hits, you have to stop and close it. And also the other parameter is, it has to be able to close. So this is a special 20th anniversary one. I've never done the others. I've wanted to do them, and I never end up doing it. This one felt pretty special, and so I wanted to do it. So let's pop this open. I do have more. Like this was, I know it didn't look full to the top. I gave Rosanna a set, and I actually got my mother a set of Duffy and Friends. So, yes, everyone in my family and my girlfriend likes Disney garbage the same way I do. Who would have thunk that I was born to be this way? There's Mickey. So they are all in their 20th anniversary costumes. Here's Minnie. Some of you might rewind and be like, oh, are those the little figurines that came with the parade floats? They're not. They were a different size and they're in different outfits and poses. I would have thought for sure they just literally use the same thing because that's what you're used to in the world of merchandise. Daisy. Donald. Chip and Dale. Actually, where did he go? There he is. What'd you do at work? I filmed my boss play with toys. That's what we did at work today, said my production team. And Pluto. And then the real stars, of course, Duffy and Friends. Yes, they are more popular than Mickey and Friends in Asia. It's just the way it is. Just accept your bear overlords. The girl Duffy Friends are hard to stand, by the way. So I'm going to do my best, but they may not all cooperate because they're all always on one foot. I did it. This didn't go well when I tried this at home, so I'm shocked that this worked. But yeah, from left to right, Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, Daisy, Donald, Dale, Chip, Clarice, and Pluto. And then the bottom, Olumel, Duffy, Shelley Mae, Cookie Ann, Stella Lou, or oh boy, Cookie Ann, Lena Bell, Gelatoni, and Stella Lou. There you have it. And now back into the jug with all of you. I like when I went to buy this, the lady like triple checked. The cast member was triple checking that I really wanted. This is for this. Yes, I know. Yes, I am the 36-year-old grown man who's here alone who would like to fill this container with toys. And no, they're not for a child. They're for me. If you watch that vlog series, you're also going to see a lot about this. This is the Magic Passport. I'm not going to get too in-depth with it now because it is in the vlog series. But I love the gift. When you complete this, the gift is this beautiful gold medallion. And it's very nice quality. It's real thick. It's much nicer than the medallions you get in the machines here. I was really impressed. The gold finish, just really, really pretty. There is something else I'm not going to talk about in this video. You can watch all about it in the vlogs because otherwise we'll be here another 30 minutes. And that's collectible cards. There are 3 series of collectible cards available for the 20th anniversary. This is not something they've done before, so I don't know why suddenly this started. They don't sell card books for them. There's no card trading. Like, it almost feels like an afterthought, but I hope it's going to catch on to the point where it becomes a thing. But yeah, watch the vlogs if you want to watch me open these and tell you all about what the series includes. But I have 3 incomplete sets of cards that will shock you, I know. Of the 3 sets, none of them are fully complete because there are rare and super rare cards, and it was a whole ordeal, and I'm still grumpy about it. I can't even pick, they're hard to pick up. But I'm not gonna talk about them here. Go watch those videos if you're that interested. I don't want to scare off the people that just want a taste of what the merchandise in Hong Kong is like. Although I will show you the bags. They also come in a small version, but this is the Duffy and Friends 20th reusable shopping bag. It's very cute. There you have it. I have some postcards. I bought a Sorcerer Mickey postcard. This is the one I gave the Tuzans back there will recognize this. I got them. They love Sorcerer Mickey, and this was like the only cool Sorcerer Mickey thing I could find was a postcard. There were not a lot of other Sorcerer Mickey items available. I like the constellations are attractions and icons from the park. It's hard for me to see here, but they're Mystic Manor. Mystic Manor, what is that? Mickey, I think it's a paintbrush, maybe for Paint the Night, which is gone from there now. Iron Man, Ant-Man and the Wasp, a Snowflake for Frozen, Cookie Ann. It's a Small World Dumbo, a toy block for Toy Story Land, and a pickaxe, a set of pickaxes, and a bear print for Grizzly Gulch. And there's also the castle in the Momentous style. That's the Momentous art. The castle in that like line art style at the bottom, that's for Momentous. So Mickey and a bunch of icons from around the park. The cool thing about postcard, you can get your postmark, you get a special postmark at Hong Kong Disneyland if you mail your postcard from there. One of our WIGS members, Bram, actually mailed me a Mystic Manor postcard about a month or 2 ago, and I thought that was so cool. And I always never find time. I always want to actually mail these to people, and I never find the time to do it. Here is a Hong Kong Disneyland 20th anniversary postcard, which is Mickey and the gang in front of the castle. These are 29 Hong Kong dollars. I then have a Friendtastic Parade. Postcard and a Momentous postcard. I love Momentous, so had to get the Momentous postcard with the castle covered in projections and fireworks going off. And what good is it to have postcards without stamps? This is a collectible set of 20th anniversary Hong Kong Disneyland stamps. They can be used, and in fact, it would be very cute to mail a bunch of people Hong Kong 20th postcards with 20th stamps. That would have been the cute thing to do, but I'm crazy and I want to keep this sealed. You may remember when we talked about all the World of Frozen stuff, they did a special set for the opening of World of Frozen of these too. So stamps are a thing. Stationery, stamps, postcards, very big in Asia. Always very big at all the Asian parks. Hong Kong particularly big on mailing people postcards. Tokyo will do it too. Tokyo has a special postmark they'll do on their stuff as well. It's worth mentioning. My mother likes bucket hats. I got her a Lena Bell bucket hat. What a picture of me this is. So it's a bucket hat. It says Lena Bell. It's in like sort of tie-dye colors of the anniversary, but there's also a plush Lena Bell popping out of the front there. There she is. This was $2.59. All right, Mystic Manor. I didn't know what, so this is a 20th anniversary item apparently. We'll go on the Zoom. I didn't know this was a 20th item, but apparently we have these in America, the customized headbands. You buy the band and then you can attach characters via Velcro to it. All the Duffy friends, they're not in their 20th costumes. They're instead popping out of presents. And I saw this and I was like, oh, Joe, Tony in a present, how cute. I didn't even realize there were 20th items until I saw, I think the tag on here. Where is it? I thought the tag on here is 20. Oh, it's underneath the Velcro, that's why. So the tush tag, if you will, is a 20th anniversary, and that's how I figured it out. I was like, I didn't even know. They weren't even really with the 20th stuff. It was like, it wasn't clear, but. So I don't own one of those headbands. Actually, I do. That's a lie. For Season of the Force at Disneyland, they gave us the Star Wars one, so I guess I could take those off and I could wear just this. Gelatoni popping out of a present. This is a color, so I don't know the price. Okay, this thing is kind of ludicrous. Let's talk about this. I was walking through Toy Story Land, and they had a brand new sipper. And I know this is probably going to come to the U.S. park, so I bought it so we could photograph and take video and show it to you before it comes here. And I do believe it's going to come here because it is related to things here in the United States. But it's the alien from Toy Story. He's wearing the goggles. And he also has a jetpack on. You may recognize this particular alien with the goggles and the jetpack from two places. Number one, he's outside of Alien Pizza Planet at Disneyland. And number two, he is a prop along Alien Swirling Saucers at Disney's Hollywood Studios. So that's why I would think this statue doesn't actually exist in Hong Kong Disneyland. So it would be so weird that this would exist only there. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But I like, it lights up. It's so ridiculous. But it also has, I like the light up pattern where it looks like he's blasting off. I'm somehow an adult. Now, also cool that it says Hong Kong Disneyland on this, so I imagine if it came out in America, it would have to be changed. So I really like, in collecting, I love having all the variations of something and seeing how they're different. That's my kind of psychosis, so. Oh, he's still lit up. I gotta shut him off. There we go. But I thought it was cute. I'm not even a big, but it literally says Alien Pizza Planet. It literally says the name of the Disneyland restaurant. So it's gotta be coming at least to Disneyland. At least. Someone watches going, what a maniac. He's gonna buy it again just because the strap has one little different part that says Disneyland? Yes, correct. I have a couple more 20th items to show you. I guess let's do the zoom on this. Fujifilm has produced a disposable camera for the 20th anniversary. I was able to buy a disposable camera in 2025. It is a Duffy and Friends special edition Hong Kong Disneyland 20th anniversary disposable camera. It does come with something you're intended to keep. There is a Lena Bell charm that hangs off the camera, but they don't, do they show it on the box? They don't even show it on the box. It's in there. But yes, I bought a Fujifilm. I think the Duffy and Friends stuff always increases in value and in popularity. So I thought this was a weird, kooky, fun item. And especially for like the museum somewhere down the road, I just thought this has got to be something that'll spark interest for somebody. So I must get this. Expires 6/2027. So I guess the film inside will be better. I almost forgot. I'm of the age where these existed, and I forgot that there's expiration dates on them. I totally forgot that was a thing. I don't plan on using it anyway. What's the difference? I also bought playing cards. This doesn't happen a lot. We don't get Disney park specific playing cards a lot. And so I thought this was cool that it's a 20th anniversary set. I bought two, one to put away and one to actually use. That's a fun set to play with. Before we get to our grand Mystic Manor finale, I'm going to show you this bag. This is there's something else in here. That I show in the room tour. I don't need that right now. This is the 20th anniversary reusable bag. I think it's the same on both sides. Right? Yeah, it's the same on both sides. So there's two types of reusable bags. There's a Mickey and a Duffy and Friends, and they come in a small or a large. These are the large size. We're going to take one more trip into pins. They started a purchase with purchase collection when I was there last year. There's a poster outside the park that features all the lands, and it says Hong Kong Disneyland, and it's wonderful, and I hope they'll sell the poster at some point. But in the meantime, they did pins, and every couple of weeks they released a few more. So what I'm going to do on this camera is assemble the poster. These were purchased with purchase, so there's no price on them right now. This is going to be a little hard to do, but there's Main Street with Mickey Floral. The bottom is Grizzly Gulch. The upper corner is going to be Frozen. This is not really going to look like the map or the poster unless I take these out. We don't have that kind of time right now, so we won't. Then there is a Castle of Magical Dreams, one of these. There is a Stark Expo Tomorrowland piece. There is Adventureland, which is, I think, that lower corner. We have Toy Story Land goes over here. And I saved the best for last. That would be Mystic Point with Mystic Manor over here. And so you assemble it, and it makes a whole poster, and it's very pretty. But this is a real poster that is in front of the train station at Hong Kong Disneyland. Something they introduced not that long ago. So yeah, Hong Kong's, they're pretty good. Sorry about that. They're pretty good about making merchandise of things that are actually in the park, which has always been my thing. It's always my favorite. Now, my favorite Disney attraction in the world, I think the best one, and favorite changes. There's a couple things in Tokyo. It depends on the day. But after going to Hong Kong, it feels like my favorite is Mystic Manor. I think, regardless, it is the best current Disney ride on Earth. I think it's the best theme park attraction on Earth currently, in both story and quality and everything about it. Musically, Danny Elfman did the most amazing job. I'm going to do an honest review of Mystic Manor because I feel like it deserves it. So I'm going to leave all those details for later. But let's quickly go over all the new Mystic Manor merchandise I bought when I was there. And my rule is I buy anything they release with Mystic Manor on it. It's attraction specific, but it's also like my favorite, brings a smile on my face, and it's also supporting its continued existence, which is important in this age of IP attractions. It is so important that we support the continued existence of original storytelling. Maybe it will convince someone that it's a good idea. Go to the Zoom. They have an Albert hair clip. That's $119. throw these down here for now. I haven't seen one of these in quite a while, these kids' cups with the water in them. But here's a Mystic Manor one. Lord Henry Mystic's on here too. Some of the items that are floating appear to be the enchanted objects, I think. Oh, maybe not. No, they're just little swirly items. It's cute though. There's the music box. This was 69 Hong Kong dollars. Also, we have a little keychain with multiple Alberts, metal keychain. Also has the Mystic Manor logo. The MM is on there, very cute. Purple, so we don't know the price of that. There are some cute little socks. No, go back. Look at these cute little socks with big plush Albert heads on them. So cute. This is $1.99 for the big plush head socks. I think we're going to have to go to the medium shot now. This is an Albert head bag. Has a little strap. Doesn't hold much, obviously, but oh, it's so darn cute. This was $1.59. I bought a children's hat that I couldn't possibly fit in. You want to cut to back to me. Yeah, it doesn't fit. But you know the rules. We got to support Mystic Manor, guys. It does say Hong Kong Disneyland on the back there. And I like it has the tassel. This was $1.59. Oh, I lied. There was a second gift. Our media contact in Hong Kong gave everyone a personal little fan. There was a choice of two, at least there was initially, until everyone chose this one and left the remaining media outlets with the Mickey's PhilharMagic one, which had Donald bursting through the wall on both sides. You've seen that art before. But yes, there's a little Albert fan. I don't know that this was ever sold. It might just be a gift item. It's very cute. And there is the little MM icon at the bottom there. So I lied. There were two little media gifts we got. We have a water bottle. A bunch of different Alberts all over the water bottle. It's that kind of top. Pretty standard. $1.39 for that. There is a journal, which has the wonderful art of Albert and Henry in front of the manor. And inside the pages, there's a cute Albert pattern here in the beginning, and that carries through onto the Mystic Manor themed pages inside. Here's the back cover. Show you the back cover. There you go. 79 Hong Kong dollars. We've got another bucket hat. This one's for me. This one will actually fit me, I believe. It just says Albert, which is cute, but it's reversible. And we have this great art that you'll see again on some other items. This was $1.89. We're getting to the end. There's a little towel. Go to the super zoom for this. It's a little washcloth with that same art you just saw from inside the bucket hat, or the other side of the bucket hat, I should say. This is 39 Hong Kong dollars. Very important in the summer in Asia to have a little towel with you. There's stuff in here, I think. Yeah. It's like food wrappers. Anyway. I do have one more. Here's the pin to that, the 2 pins to that set for Mystic Manor with Albert and Henry. Goes with that set. This was a tin of Choco Crunch that I ate, Chocolate Crunch. But it has Albert and the enchanted objects coming out of the music box. And then all around the perimeter has the M's. I think they might order their Choco Crunch from the same place Tokyo does. It was as good. So I've now learned that, oh man, there's now 2 places I can get delicious Choco Crunch. I've had it in Shanghai. It was not good. So be mindful of that. Then there is a Target set. So it's Albert as he's pinned to the wall in the attraction by spears and arrows and such. And it comes with little Velcro arrows you can throw and hit Albert. Why you'd want to do that, you mean old sour puss, I don't know. Don't do that to him. This was $79. This seems like a steal at 79 Hong Kong dollars. It's pretty cool. This is a neat item. And we're going to end on the dumbest thing I bought, which also doesn't fit me. It is like a towel poncho for children. And here I go. Yep. It's for children, but I just needed it. I needed to own it. It's too cute. This was $1.99. There you go. Well, folks, that's all my junk. That's everything I bought at Hong Kong Disneyland. Let me know in the comments, what are the things you would buy? What do you think is the coolest thing I bought? What do you think are the dumbest things I bought? What should I have not even bothered with? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this. Please subscribe for more of my general nonsense. But again, thank you for watching. If you really want to support what we're doing, you could join the WDWNT Interglobe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. It's a great way to support us and also get benefits for doing so. Also, you could shop with Carousel of Products at carouselofproducts.com. We have some great lithographs, button-up shirts, and more celebrating Disney parks all around the world. But thank you for watching, and whatever you do, kids, don't touch that music box. Right, Albert? He said, no, don't open the music box.